It is very disrespectful to our country when they take a knee during the national anthem, number one. Number two, the people of our country are very angry at the NFL. All you have to do is look at their ratings and look at their stadiums.
That was President Trump today doing what he's done so often, talking about the NFL. Not always telling the truth. The league's owners will meet tomorrow in New York. Joining the table, Mike Lupica, sports columnist with the New York Daily News and an MSNBC contributor.
And so much more.
But wait, there's more. Johnson has returned from his undisclosed location. Thanks for joining us at the table. First of all, ratings were not down.
No.
And what do you think the league is going to do this week?
If they try to legislate against dissent in this country, I think they will be making a terrible mistake.
Why?
Because they will be alienating so many of the people who fill their stadiums and line their pockets, which are players. Nicole, I'm so tired of hearing that this is disrespectful of the country. My 93-year-old war hero father who flew in B-24s, I said to him, Pops, what do you think about all this? He said, you know, when we went off to fight that war, we fought for all of it. We didn't cherry pick which freedoms we were going to fight for. And the fact is that dissent is as patriotic in this country as the flag in which these people put themselves in every time it suits them.
Is Colin Kaepernick, I'm not a lawyer and I'm not a sports analyst, but I want to know, is Colin Kaepernick good enough to be the backup quarterback in the NFL?
Colin Kaepernick is good enough to be a starting quarterback in the National Football League. He's never going to prove this collusion case because there's not going to be...
Explain that. Explain the collusion case.
He is saying that the owners of the league have conspired to keep him from earning a living as a quarterback.
Isn't that obvious? I mean, what does he have to prove?
Well, no, they didn't. They would have to together as a
They'd
group.
have to have gotten together.
But they all watch the news and follow on
as an owner,
Twitter.
first of all, I agree with Mike said it, you said it brilliantly. Having said that, if I owned an NFL team now, it's one thing if he was on my roster. I would not go out of my way to hire him because for my business, that in itself is making...
But what if he's
the catch. But you have teams like the Baltimore Ravens where literally you have the Baltimore Sun putting an editorial saying, this city needs him. We would love to have this guy here. He led the league. He had the #1 selling jersey last year on a lousy San Francisco 49ers
It just
team.
makes... It's on the team. It becomes the center of that entire football
What if it makes your team
If it makes your team better, then you win both ways.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I mean, let's take this a step out, too, from Colin. Let's look at one of his closest advisors, closest friends, Bob Kraft. You know, the owner of the NFL Patriots immediately came out and criticized what the president has said. The fact is, we're what now, 2 weeks, 3 weeks on from the scandal? He's still raising it in this press conference, calling them disrespectful, and you are exactly right. The day he won this debate was the day he conflated being disrespectful to the flag and the fallen with a legitimate, it is a completely false narrative. It was a false narrative from the beginning. He continues to perpetuate because he knows that it's a 60 to 70% issue among people. If you view it as disrespectful to the fallen and to the flag, then yes. But look, this is the same president who, as we talked about all just recently, who criticized a former president's outright lie, saying that they didn't call the families of the fallen.